The still life, one of my all-time favorite projects at Montlake. It's been shown in the Seattle Art Museum multiple times by you kids, so you are well experienced whether you are 5 or 11. You know what a still life is. It is a beautiful arrangement of objects. Well, it might not even be beautiful. It might even be a skull and some rotting fruit. I prefer fresh fruit, pretty colors, multiple heights, meaning big things, small things, a couple of dark things, a couple of bright and pretty things, a couple of bits of metal and reflection, all mixed together to make up something really interesting to draw. Won't you join me, please, in a still life? So you've seen some of the things that I've collected. I have a wine glass, some candlesticks. I've got a nice bit of height with my candles. I've got things closer and farther, so I'm practicing things close up, middle, and background. So I'm going to have a little bit of perspective, which means that some things are going to really pop. And if I do a decent job, it might even look a little bit 3D. I have chosen to work in pencil today. Not my favorite or my easiest thing to work in, but I know that I ask you to do things that you don't like to do, use materials that you might not prefer, so I'm going to do that today. And to even make it really official, I found a pencil that looks like it has been dipped in the compost bin with bite marks and an eraser that is surely going to make whatever mistake I try to erase even worse. So that's my challenge. I'm going to be looking at my still life, much like we did with drawing straight from the mask. I am now looking at a real 3D arrangement, and I'm going to do my best to translate that onto my paper and see what happens. No big deal. I'm here in the comfort of my own home, my art studio. I'm at my dining room table. I've got a pencil. I have my watercolor brushes out again. I doubly washed them because whoever used them last did not wash them, probably me. And I have some of my watercolors, which I really wish I had sent home with you from school. These are my own personal watercolors. They come in all different shapes and sizes. This is a set of my favorite watercolors. These are my grandfather's watercolors, very old. They do not make them like this anymore. It comes in a neat tin thing. There's some of my favorites. And then there's some of these guys that we use at school all the time, which I love to use too. I would never give you something that wasn't good quality at Montlake. I also have a painting palette in case I want to mix colors. Even though these are my paints, I can kind of mix them however I like. And a glass of water, and I'm all set. So what I might start with when I'm looking at my still life is something that interests me most. Maybe it's something in the center, maybe it's something on the side, but something to really anchor my picture. I think I am going to start with that blue glass right in the middle. I'm going to take my old crummy pencil and I'm just looking at it. And remember, when you're drawing, don't worry if stuff goes off the paper. Don't worry if you didn't get something, the perfect line. I know sometimes you like to use a ruler so that the line is perfectly straight. Rulers aren't really needed when we're drawing. Unless you're an architect or you're making a really specific drawing, it's fun to see loose lines. So get loose, get in some comfy clothes, get by a window, wherever that is, and create a still life. Could be anything in your house. I happen to have a lot of little weird animal figurines, and I've kind of collected things over the years. My foo dog is what is kind of featured in this piece too. I like to have a lot of different visually interesting things to work from, so I kind of collect those over the years. I've started out really loosely. Cup, lemons. I'm going to keep on plowing through this and I'm looking, and you know what? Even at my age of 27, I am still learning how to draw 3D, and my 3D drawings are they're very odd. They very much are my own style, and they're almost look like they've been put in a microwave and warped a little bit, and I don't really worry about it. I'm not trying to make this perfectly accurate. I'm just trying to make it in my own style, which is perfectly inaccurate, but nevertheless me. I'm starting in on this foo dog. It's got great eyes. I'm using a pencil that is very old and has just a little bit of drawing life left in it. Nothing fancy. Hopefully everybody has a pencil at home that they can use. Pencil sharpener, now that's another deal. I have to use a knife and whittle mine, which I don't recommend by yourself. So I'm just really starting to come in and get some placements. I'm gonna hit those candles and they're gonna go right off the page. I wish I could show you. This is not the ultimate filming. I don't have a film production group, so it's just a one-woman show here. I almost put a little can of hand wipes in here just to mark the occasion of the great lockdown, as a funny little reminder of this afternoon of working and making art. But then I thought, you know, I'm gonna forget about that right now. And I'm just gonna put my pretty things in here. So I'm just building and building. I keep going, loose outlines, and when I get all of my things situated in pencil, still able to erase, which I haven't, I'm not really that worried about getting a perfect line, I'm just having fun, then I will cut in with some watercolor and really pop this still life. So I'll get back to you in a minute. Time lapse, I'm back. I'm still working on my still life, but I've started putting in some watercolor and mixing a few colors here and there, trying to get some color popping, using my own interpretation for what the colors might look like. Not done, about halfway there. I'm kind of a little meh on this. I'm gonna keep on working on it. I think I need some black and some colors that really strengthen and make things pop forward. So I'm gonna keep on working on that, and I will be right back. Welcome back. I'm still here. So I have to admit I cheated and pulled out my black Sumi ink to do some outlining, which is my little secret cheater trick, and I try to have you do that as well, usually with Sharpie. It just kind of makes the drawing pop, at least for me. I also, if I'm being honest with you, I got out some white tempera paint, and I'm gonna work on this a little more today. Ta-da! I stuck my finger in the wet ink and wrecked up the date. Wasn't really that happy with this color. Liked my composition, how I chose to lay it out. Had a lot of fun doing it. My brand new puppy stayed asleep during the filming, so I was happy about that too. There's the still life. I challenge you to create your own, or you could even freeze this image if you want to use mine or pick a piece of it that you like. That is all for today, young artists of Montlake. I'm glad you could join me here. I'm going to finish up my iced coffee, and my puppy might be getting up for a nap soon, so I might be playing with her. I wish you happy still lives. You have plenty of things around your house, interesting things to work with, and don't forget to save your artwork. We will be showing it very soon, I know. Okay? Take care. wash your hands, be good to your family, pick up your room, and I will see you tomorrow when we begin working with clay.